Hi, this is Satyaprakash. Welcome to Coding Knowledge. In this session, we discuss on an essential advisor to unique key constraint in SQL Server. So before going through this session, please visit my previous session based on best way to get the last identity inserted in a table using SQL Server. You can get the link in the description section. So in this agenda, we talk about below points, that is, what is define unique key constraint, difference between primary key constraint and unique key constraint, when do you choose unique key constraint over primary key constraint, and why. So for this, flip to SQL Server and open the SQL Server, and let's create unique key on the table, that is tbl person, for column, that is email, using graphically as well as using query. So you can get the script of the tbl person from my previous session. So select star from tbl person. So I need to execute this. So in this point, we'll create the unique key on email column of the tbl person. So we can do it using graphically. So first I'll show you how to using graphically how to add the unique key constraint on email column of tbl person tab. So go to design, so it's take some time to open the tbl person design page. So here you'll see here id column is for primary key, so I want to add the email column for unique key. So here right click and click on index or keys. So in the previous example, we have already added the primary key on id, that's why it is already showing that pk underscore tbl person of id primary key. So I need to add the another unique key for email column. So what I do is click on add button here. It's showing that ix underscore tbl person. I have to name a useful name for this. For this I want to add the uk underscore tbl person, and which column you want to add, that is email. And here the ellipsis button you click here, so I need to choose that email, and here nothing to do it, click OK. Is unique, yes. And index, for index you need to add the unique index, so click close and save this. Okay, now we need to refresh this one. So if you check, so unique key hour is created successfully here, you can check here. So we already have discussed about the how to add the unique key constraint in a email column of tbl person using graphically. So I'll show you how to use the same thing using query. So I need to delete this one before using query part, so just OK. So it will delete the unique key what we have added during the using graphically. So here we need to add the unique key using query. So alter table tbl person and add constraint. What is the constraint name you want to add? uk underscore, what is the table name? tbl person, and which column you want to add? that is email. So unique of which column? So email. There's the query, and it will add the unique key constraint on the email column of tbl person table. So command completed successfully. If you refresh, the unique key is created successfully on the email column of tbl person table. Okay, second one is, let's start insert into this table. So I need to create some script, insert statement script, for insert a new row. So I'll insert into tbl person, and values will be, that is 1, and in name part I'll put Gopal, and in email part I'll put g@gmail.com, and here gender is 1, gender ID is 1, and 21 is for age, okay, 21 is for age, and 22 is for int underscore age. If you go to for tbl person structure, so it will be like this. So ID is 1, name is Gopal, g@gmail.com is email, gender ID 1, age 21, and int underscore age is 22. So I need to execute this. So one row is affected, you will see here. So one row is affected now. So let's insert into table using same email. What will happen? So I just copy the insert statement and paste here, and I change to ID equal to 2, and put here name, that is Ram Prakash, and same email I need to use. Just check what will happen, and here I put that is 41, and here I put the 42. I need to execute this. See here, you will see an error, that is violation of unique key constraint, that is uk underscore tbl person underscore email cannot insert duplicate key in object tbl person table. The duplicate key value is g@gmail.com. So it means already the email column contains g@gmail.com value. That's why you cannot insert the duplicate key, because unique key restricts the duplicate value. Okay, now so next part is, let's create a unique key on name column using query. So as same as email column, you need to create the same thing using email, using the name column. So I need to copy this one. So here paste this, and change the constraint name is email to name. Here I mention the name column here, and before this I just truncate the table, table tbl person, and execute this and select, there is no records. So I need to execute this unique key script to create a unique key column, unique key constraint on name column of tbl person table. So I need to execute this. So if you refresh, here you can check the uk underscore tbl person underscore name unique key is created successfully on the tbl person table. Okay, now let's start insert into this table. So I need to copy this statement, and I need to insert the data. I put here 1, and the name I need to mention here Gopal, and this one is I need to mention 21, and here for int underscore age values will be 22. So 1 gopalg@gmail.com 1 21 22. I need to execute this. Okay, now one row is affected, and select star from tbl person table. So it shows the one value. Let's insert into this table using same name. What will happen? So I copy this, paste here. I just change the ID to 2, and Gopal should be same, name should be same here, and here I put the email as ram.g, and here put 41, and here put 42. Let's execute this, and here you can see an error, that is a violation of unique key constraint, that is uk underscore tbl person underscore name cannot insert the duplicate key in the object, that is tbl person table, and the duplicate value is Gopal, because this tbl person already contains the value is Gopal, and we have already added a unique key constant on name column of tbl person table, so that's why it cannot insert the same value or duplicate value of name column. Okay, now let's insert using the same name we already have described. So from these examples, what we have learned is we knew that unique key constraint can be added for more than one column in a table, but primary key can be added only on one column. I will show you graphically how we can add only one primary key only on one column. So if we go to design, see here primary key I have added on ID column. If you want to add the another primary key column on the name column, if you set primary key, this primary key of ID is switched to name, and if you add the again another primary key for email, it cannot be added the same we already have added on ID and name, it switched to email. So like this we can add only one primary key only on one column, but the unique key constraint can be added for more than one column in a table. Okay, now close this. So and here we check only one null value can be inserted in unique key column. So create a unique key constraint on edge column to check the null value. It can allow only one null value for a table. So before this we need to truncate the table tbl person and execute this. So if you check here, we need to add a unique key constraint on edge column, alter table tbl person and add constraint. A constraint name will be uk underscore tbl person underscore edge, and unique of which column we need to add the unique key column, that is edge column. So we need to execute this. It is successfully executed. If you refresh this, the unique key column is created on edge column of tbl person table. Okay, now we need to insert a record in a tbl person table. So we need to create the insert script here. So put here 3, and here I need to put ram, and the email is ram.g@gmail.com 1, and in edge part we have assigned the null value, and int underscore edge at 42. and here I put here 34. So we need to execute this. Remember, we have assigned the null value for S column. So we execute this, successfully executed, and if you check the select statement for this table, select star from tbl person table, and it should be star. If you execute this, so S column contains the null value. So again I insert this statement for check null value. So I need to copy this insert statement whether unique key allow only one null value or more than one null value for particular column, that is H. So we need to check. So here I put the ID is 4 and Prakash, and here I change the email is prac.g.gmail.com, and here I put 2, here I null, S part is null, and 36 is int_S column. So I will insert this statement for checking the null value, second null value for unique key column. If we execute this, it throws an error that is violation of unique key constraint on uk_tbl person_s. It cannot insert duplicate key in the tbl person table. So duplicate key value is null because this table already have the null value for S column. So unique key constraint contains only one null for this column, but a primary key does not allow any null value. But unique key constraint allows only one null value. So we already have checked that the unique key constraint allows only one null value inserted in the unique key column, and we have added on the S column of the tbl person table. So here I'll describe how to remove or delete or drop the unique key constraint. So the using query, if you can implement using query, or you can using graphically. So I'll show you first how to use graphically to drop the constraint. Just right click, delete, and click OK. And the second part of unique key column, I need to delete this one. So delete. So it is successfully deleted. So if you refresh, so there is among 3 unique key constraint, the 2 already have been deleted. So last one is uk_tbl person_h. So I need to drop this constraint using query. I'll show you how to drop the constraint using query, unique key constraint. So alter table tbl person and drop constraint. The first should be the constraint name. Constraint name should be uk_tbl person_h. Okay, now I put here underscore. So I need to drop this constraint like here. It shows here. So I execute this. So command completed successfully. If you refresh, so this constraint has been removed successfully or dropped from the table. So this way we can remove or drop the constraint using graphically as well as using query. So here I'll check the insert statement after remove unique key constraint on S column. So we'll check it allows only one null value or it allows more than a null value, or there is no restrictions at all, because we already have removed the unique key constraint on S column. So that's why we need to check here. So here I'll check this 5 I need to insert this, successfully executed, and again I need to insert this statement using id 6, whether it allows null or not. It allows null because we already have dropped the constraint on a unique key constraint on S column. That's why it allows null value. There is no restrictions. It allows one row is affected. So if you check this, select star from tbl person. So if you execute this, see here, it allows null. There is no restrictions because we have dropped the unique key constraint. Okay, we already have checked the insert statement after remove the unique key constraint on S column. This way that it shows the on the table how it shows the S column for accepting the null value after dropping the constraint on S column. So in this, and the last point is we have a table can have only a primary key. So we need to check using query. We already have I already have shown you how to use only one primary key in a table using graphically. So finally I will show you how to check that one table can have only one primary key, and by using query. So what I'll do, alter table tbl person and add primary key of which column we want to add a primary key. In previously we have added primary key column of id, so it is already having added the primary key on id column. But as per the requirement, we need to check the we need to add the primary key on int underscore age. So it should allow or it should not allow. We'll check. So int underscore age column we need to add the primary key. We need to execute this. See here, it throws an error. What it shows, could not create the constraint or index. See previous error. So previous error, what it shows, that is table tbl person already has a primary key defined on it. So as per the warning, we already have a primary key on id column of tbl person table, so we cannot add the primary key on the int underscore age column. That's why it shows the warning message. So that's it for our practical session of the implementation of unique key constraint and how to define unique key constraint from the primary key constraint, and where to choose the unique key constraint over the primary key constraint, and what are the roles for the unique key constraint on tables, and what are the roles for primary key constraint over the tables. So let's flip to my PowerPoint. So go to my PowerPoint. So here we have some definitions, and I'll show you what are the different what is unique key constraint, what are the difference between that is primary key constraint or unique key constraint, and when do you choose the primary constraint over the primary constraint and why. That is the theoretical part. So what is unique key constraint? So unique key constraint column should not allow any duplicate values. Unique key constraint is used to enforce uniqueness of column like primary key constraint. What are the difference between primary key constraint and unique key constraint? A table can have one and only primary key, but it can have more than one unique key. So primary key does not allow nulls, but unique key allow one null max to max. And when do you choose unique key constraint? That is the most important point we need to discuss. In a scenario, if you want to enforce uniqueness on two or more columns, then we use unique key constraint. For example, if there is a table which is used for top security and privacy purpose, and that contains columns like product ID, product security ID, product barcode ID, product name, then in that scenario we can apply unique key constraint more than one column in that table, and that is very crucial. So this is my YouTube channel Coding Knowledge, and here you can get the knowledge on .NET Core, Angular, SQL Server, Azure Data Factory, and Bootstrap. And if you want my ebook, and you can get the in my about session you can get the ebook link, and you can download it and prepare for better interview results. And in the summary part, what we have learned, that is what is unique key constraint, and what are the difference between primary key constraint and unique key constraint, and when do you choose unique key constraint over the primary key constraint, and why. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.